I just watched episode 10 of The Mist. Um, now, I it's been a while since I've read the novel. I would say a good 10 years, and the movie, I believe, came out in 2007. So, um, I watched it around the same time I watched the movie. I read it around the same time I watched the movie with Thomas Jane, and I loved it. I loved the I loved the movie just because of how well it was put with the novel. It paired fairly well. Um, Now, the series is about. It's more like a Dawn of the Dead. I felt like more of a Dawn of the Dead reference in there being stuck in the mall instead of the supermarket. And, that was okay. I thought that was an interesting premise. But, one thing I was really disappointed with was that there were no creatures. The creatures were. It felt like something from an X-Files series. Um, there was an episode of the X-Files where people died by their worst fear. Their worst fear is what killed them. And I felt like this is what I was watching was a 10-part series of an X-Files episode where people died from their own fears. Um, and I expected to see creatures. I expected to see some Lovecraft type creatures from another dimension. Arrowheads opened up something, and but it was more like a toxic gas leak instead of a interdimensional mist. It was just a gas leak that made people hallucinate and ended up dying because their manifestations of fear became real. It wasn't all that interesting to me. A lot of the characters made a lot of stupid decisions that frustrated me pretty bad. I've seen a lot of horror films in my day. A lot of stupid decisions were made, but watching them happen after over and over for 10 episodes, I started to get a little sick of it. I did think, and at first I didn't think I liked Morgan Spector all that much, but yeah, he really came through in this last one. I loved that ending of him crashing through the mall entrance. I thought that was great. But I hated that the damn Jeep stopped because I was like, oh, well, that was kind of a stupid decision, but he got his revenge. The other issues I've had with The Mist, besides the creatures and some of the stupid decisions, is I'm at a loss as to why. Well, maybe I guess it just kind of adds the appeal of the suspense. Was that why did The Mist not take Alex? Why did it not take her? That's just I was curious about that. Well, I guess we'll find out maybe next season. If they do a next season, I don't know. I think I could actually be okay with this not having a second season. It was good, but it wasn't great. I mean, I wanted to see some pretty big creatures, even if they were lower budgeted. I wanted to see that. Instead, all we got was snakes, dead babies, and wings coming through a man's back. That was about it. I wasn't too impressed. Stephen King, I expected a little more. Not every character being a villain. That's the next thing I'd like to talk about is everyone was evil against evil in this series, except what was his name? Morgan Spector's character. I can't even remember his name. Everyone was against each other. I understand the appeal of mankind as the enemy. But really? Just one man? And, yeah, everyone was against each other. It's like the mall Gus. It's bad. I remember Gus, the mall manager's name, but not the main character's name. I think it was Kevin. Um, yeah, I mean Gus was stealing food, murders a mother, uh, and then the mall. Everyone was so paranoid that they became just stupid and was turning against each other. That was, I understand. I've seen episodes where mankind is the enemy. Usually they'll be a spotty few, and they'll maybe collect a few people to join their group and be like, yeah, we're evil, we're gonna get you. But everybody was evil. Everyone was against each other. It was a little hard to watch. I hope they do make a second season, but I would be okay if they don't. But if they do, I'm hoping it's a little better and not so much mankind is the enemy as this 300-foot tall tentacle creature is the enemy. That's what I want to see, is some Cthulhu-looking creatures that came from the darkest centers of space. I hope we get that. But that was my reaction, my opinion on this series, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll get something better next season if it comes out.